Okay, hello everybody. This is Sky Lawler, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about my triptych piece that I created for this class. My overall theme for this piece that I made is the evolution of music, starting with kind of jazz, classical, orchestral type music, moving through the 1900s into rock and roll era, and then finishing up with rap and electronic that is so popular today. So, I'll start you off with the first things that I used to make this piece. So I gotta turn off a bunch of layers here. Okay. So, these three layers are what comprise the background. As you can see here, this rock and roll seems empty. It's because I took it from this original background and moved it forward so that it would stand out more. So for on this side, I have just some music sheet representing the classical type music. Here I have a poster that shows tons of famous rock and roll legends, and here is a classic machine used in electronic music to create different sounds. My next step was to start creating the different elements of the piece to represent each age. So I started off with the classical music, which I added a red color to here, and I started adding stuff in. So as you can see here, there's a conductor with a shadow. Beethoven up top, very famous guy. You got an orchestra pit here. Mozart up in the corner, staring down. Cello in there, why not? Josh Bell, he's a pretty famous violinist. And then you got Louis Armstrong over here. And then I wanted to add some text to this layer, so I added these two pieces right here. So as you can see, it's pretty not too exciting just by itself until I add in the other components. On these next three, on these other two, I decided to create a color between the three of red, green, blue. So I added the blue and the green in there, and I moved on to the second phase, which was the rock. And for the rock, I will start off with the title, which should be, where are you? Did I lose it? Up there? Nope. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so this title right here I took from the background poster and moved it forward and added some components to it so it stands out more. And then I started adding in the pictures. Some Beatles down here, which are actually very hard to see because of the different layers I used here, and you can't see it until more of the components are actually added. I have a Foo Fighters little gun right up here. What else do we got on this one? U2 right down here. Oh, and then the Beatles kind of pop out a little bit more. We have Nirvana right in the middle, which were a big one for me when I was growing up. Listened to a lot of Nirvana. REM. Once again, this doesn't look too amazing right now. There isn't a lot to it yet. And so from this point, I moved on to the last element, which was the rap and electronic, which a lot more of you will probably be able to relate to and know about. So I started adding in these layers here, and we have Daft Punk right here, who was a big segue into the electronic era and house music. And even put their name up here. And we have deadmau5 on the corner, who is gaining a lot of fame recently. Added in some text here, a little bit more hidden. I liked it, so you aren't quite as aware as the other ones. And let's see, we have another guy up in the corner. A little bit of stuff down here, and just adding a few more things in. Eminem across the top. and Tyler in the background. Okay, now this may look a lot different to you, look a lot different than when I first turned this on. That's because I have one main component that blends all of this stuff together, and that is my red hot chili peppers, which works as the background of this whole piece, which I added a lot of filters to makes the whole thing stand out and gives it almost a three-dimensional quality. This circles the entire piece here and adds a lot of interesting screening effects in the middle and changes the color, which then adds the red to each film going down a diagonal. So this is the basis to my triptych piece, and if you have any feedback for me, I'd love to hear it. Just leave some comments down below, and thanks.